morning, beloveds. Come on. Dante's in here being Dante. All right. I feel like I'm finally getting my feet back underneath me. It's just been a lot lately. So, okay. Now that we've established that, we're here to do a new design for living, but let's do the housekeeping first. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. That will get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. It's also a blind CC, so nobody's going to see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. I wish you could hear his purr. I really do. Right, baby? And then whatever else I was about to say just whoop right out of my head. Hang on. We'll get there. Oh, as the social media. I mentioned the social media merely from the standpoint of we do not monetize it. Nope. So what we ask you to do instead is go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting, commenting, and sharing. It bumps us in the algorithms. More people see our stuff, which is the whole goal of social media. So it's a free and easy way that you can support the center because it's a way people can discover us. So we have a thriving online community and we're very happy about that. So, and by supporting us on social media, you help support that. Okay, so A New Design for Living is, it's the process of science of mind. It is one of the last books that Ernest himself worked on. He sat down with Willis Kinnear and basically they did the how and the what, the how and the why, line by line. We are currently in chapter 20, using what you know, because up to this point, he's been telling us, okay, here is how you do it and why it's important and, what you are doing. It's this, yeah. Jesse started talking about the concept of a process, and it really makes sense when you realize that, when you treat for something, the universe rarely hands you what you've treated for. What the universe does is hand you a process to get there. Because you need to be prepared just as much as whatever it is that you want. The person who treats and the person who receives are not the same person anymore. And that's just the way it is. So it is the process of science of mind. All right. We've got a pretty short article, which is good because me getting my feet under me this week has just been really interesting. Yeah. Oh, and I don't think, I put the title on here. And it's literally one paragraph and it is, there are always results. So, and like I said, chapter 20, using what you know, there are always results. Creative prayer is intelligent. Let me try that again. Creative prayer is intelligent knowing coupled with emotional conviction. So when we are doing treatments, it's head and heart. You need both. Yet science of mind doesn't work without one without the other. So where your head is going, take your heart, and where your heart is going, take your head. All right. So creative prayer is intelligent knowing coupled with emotional conviction. Many prayers have been fully and completely answered for people who might be said to be unlettered, who knew nothing about science, philosophy, or dogmatic religion. They just knew God is. And right there, that is one of the most powerful things that you can, in fact, a book that I just finished, that's exactly the whole plot was, in the end, an angel had forgotten who they were, and a very new angel learned who they were. They learned the I am, and that's what he's talking about here. So Ernest is talking about, and that's how she wrapped up the book. It's like this little baby angel learned the I am, which helped to save the archangel because the archangel had forgotten. So God, they knew God is. Right there. That's the first step of treatment. God is. Just knew in prayer always had an answer, and it always did. But those of us who have started to toy with ideas, who raise questions, which we are not always able to answer, we are the ones who have to pull ourselves together, round up the loose ends of our thought, organize what it is that we believe and why we believe it, and then proceed to lift ourselves up to a logical, consistent level of belief and conviction. I love that. We have to pull ourselves together and round up the loose ends. That's just a great phrase. We have to re-educate ourselves to discover within ourselves the knowledge that this is God's world we are living in, that it is good, that we are a part of it, and that the answer to every prayer is in the prayer itself. That every thought we have is creative in that it is both cause and effect. Okay? And that phrase that the answer to every prayer is in the prayer itself, that's pretty much dyed in the wool earnest. We are praying the answer. We are speaking into a principle that always responds by corresponding what it is that we want. And so that is what we are doing. And that's one of the reasons why some people have it easier than others. Because they don't have to talk themselves into it. They already know. Those people, I would say that, even 100 years ago, definitely 200 years ago, and further back than that people would say they were divine touched. They were God touched. Because they just know. They just know that God exists. They don't have to question it. Whereas, those of us who, as he said, toyed with ideas, and I think that's where in the Bible they warn against over-education. It's not that you don't want to be educated. It's just that sometimes we can educate ourselves out of, these things. We can educate ourselves out of the way this works. And it's one of the things that that I like about Science of Mind is Science of Mind is weaving science, religion, and philosophy together so that we can organize our thoughts and tie up our loose ends and get back to the basic of just knowing God is. First step of treatment. And I thought it was pretty interesting that he kind of did, he did the steps of treatment right there in that last line, where we have to re-educate ourselves to discover within ourselves the knowledge that this is God's world we are living in. It is good and we are a part of it. Right there. Those are the first two steps of treatment. This is God's world we're living in. There is one presence and we are a part of it. That's the two steps of treatment. After that, what is it that you want? And then be grateful for it, because there is no power more powerful than gratefulness, because it's just another word for love. You can argue that love is the most powerful, force of the universe. It is. Gratitude's just part of that. And then you gotta let go. Like, if you keep uprooting the plant, it's never going to grow. You gotta let go and let the process begin. So, all right. That is the story that we have today, and I am going to stick with it. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, amazing day. I don't know where this congestion is coming from. This is what happens when you travel. Not necessarily. I don't believe you get sick when you travel, because I didn't when I came back from Reno, but this one was a lot. Okay. But we are having an amazing day, a fantastic day, a cuddle our fur babies day, a do what we've got to do day, a make sure we make time to sit down and rest day, a we got this day, a you got this day, a read something just for fun day, do something just for yourself day, do something for others day for just the heck of it day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are godly. So, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. Because all the divine knows is good. All right, beloveds. Oh. It's not a good thing that I'm tired already, right? Okay, so Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. No, you know what? I've stopped saying that. Reverend David will be on sometime this afternoon. I will be back with you around 9-ish. 9:15 tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.